of President Biden's picks to sit on the Fed's board of governors is in danger of failing to pass Senate confirmation. West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin is now saying that he opposes the nomination of Sarah Bloom Raskin. Newsy congressional correspondent Stephanie Lieberman joining us now live with Senator Manchin's latest move, putting a roadblock in the way of the president's agenda. Stephanie, where have I heard this before? I mean, it just feels like deja vu all over again, right?
Absolutely. Senator Manchin is one of those Democratic swing votes. And so he, again, is breaking with his party, which is so crucial when the Senate has that 50-50 split. It just takes one senator to really change the game and change the math and make any sort of nomination or vote potentially impossible. So Manchin said he wants the Fed to be focused on bringing inflation down, and he doesn't want the board to get politicized. And that's why he's opposing Sarah Bloom Raskin's nomination. In a statement, he said her previous public statements have failed to satisfactorily address my concerns about the critical importance of financing and all of the above energy policy to meet our nation's critical energy needs. Now, energy policy comes into play with finances and the Federal Reserve because of the specific role that Bloom Raskin is nominated for. She's nominated for a new position, which is the Vice Chair of Supervision. Her job would be to look at long-range systemic impacts on the economy, and that's where, energy needs, that's where climate change could intersect with the financial needs. So the issue is not Raskin's qualification. She is very qualified for this position. She was a graduate of Harvard Law, currently a professor at Duke University. She already spent 4 years on the Fed's Board of Governors from 2010 to 2014. Then from 2014 to 2017, she was the second in command at the U.S. Treasury Department. So both her previous Fed experience and her previous position on the Treasury Department required Senate confirmation. And those two times, she was confirmed by a voice vote, which means there was zero opposition from the 100 senators in the chamber. That is clearly not the position that we find ourselves in today. However, the White House has said very clearly they are not giving up on her nomination just yet.
We were aware of his position in advance of Senator Manchin's announcement. She is one of the most qualified individuals to ever be nominated to this position, and so where we are now is our focus is on continuing to work with Chairman Brown to garner bipartisan support.
Now, the spokesman for the Senate Banking Committee confirmed exactly what White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki just said. They are not giving up on her nomination yet, and they are going to work to find bipartisan support for Raskin. So in order to get her through the Senate confirmation process, she'd first have to get out of the Senate Banking Committee. And right now, the Republicans on that committee have been boycotting hearings in an effort to block her nomination. If they do manage to get her out of committee and get her to the Senate floor, they would need at least one Republican to replace the lost vote of Senator Joe Manchin. And right now, it's really hard to see where that one Republican vote would come for. So definitely facing a very uphill battle for her confirmation.
It seems like just yesterday that Manchin was putting a stop to that $2 trillion Build Back Better Act. So here we are again. Stephanie Lieberman reporting live for us this morning. We appreciate